everyone, and welcome back to Sunday Reads with Renee. My name is Renee, and I'm doing a double book review of Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw and The Final Girls Support Group by Grady Hendrix. Before I begin this book review, I just want to let everyone know that I'm going to be using some alternative words just due to YouTube rules and regulations, and spoilers are ahead because I'm revealing plot points. Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw is a 2021 novel that was written by Cassandra Khaw, a horror science fiction writer. And it tells the story of a group of friends going to this creepy haunted mansion for a night of spooky fun in order to celebrate a wedding. It's based off Japanese folklore and it has a lot of creepiness to it because the house is inhabited by the spirit of a ghost bride that's out for sacrifice. And what's great about this book is that it's more of a novella. It has a little bit more of a short and quick horror read to it, and it gives the right level of creepiness. I like the idea of the ghost bride who has blackened teeth, and it really elevates a lot of the creepiness as it affects everything within the novel. It feels spooky, horror filled, and it's a good plot. The only thing that's a little disappointing about this novella is that because it's so short, there isn't a lot of character development happening with the friends. It doesn't really explore their backstories enough, in my opinion, and it doesn't really go a little bit more towards the end. And I did like the ending in some ways, but I did feel it was too quick for me in terms of a horror novel. I mean, it works well in terms of getting the spookiness and the plot, but because that was such a good plot, I actually would have preferred a full-fledged novel of say 200 plus pages, 300 plus pages in order to really extend and move everything. But I did like the idea of Japanese folklore. I think Khaw is a very good writer in their ability to really make the creepiness work and the horror. And they are a talented horror science fiction writer if you look at a lot of their different types of bibliographies there. So I do recommend Nothing But Blackened Teeth if you're interested in the Japanese folklore and you like to read something that's short and just under 200 pages to give you the right element of spooky horror, violence, and creepiness to it, but want it more shortened instead of more long, full-fledged of 200 plus, 300 plus pages. So even though there isn't a lot of character development, again, with Nothing But Blackened Teeth, I do recommend it if you want something that's a little bit more short, horror-filled. In the terms of the Final Girl Support Group, I did like this one because it's a very good, well-written book that's 200 plus pages long, so you get a little bit more full length there. And I really liked it because I felt it had a good blend of the horror, the violence, mystery, and a little bit of the dark humor within it. So it blends quite well. And given Grady Hendrix's background of bibliography, where you see that they wrote a lot of interesting horror novels on there, it really is fitting with this one. But it's more of a standalone novel, so the conclusion makes sense to me. But I'll get getting a little ahead of myself. So, in order to discuss this one, I like it because it deals with a woman named Lynette Parkington, who over 10 years ago survived a violent event and became the final girl, and is now part of a final girl support group with other final girls to really discuss their trauma and find support in each other. And I did like this blend of friends. I think they worked well in giving each other support and band up the sisterhood, so to speak. But what I liked about this one is that it involves a mystery when one of the girls from the support group goes missing, and therefore a mystery comes into play. A lot of horror, a lot of tropes, and a lot of things happen within this novel. Now, one of the things I liked about this novel is that it does take the final girl trope and expands it a little bit more to show more of their strength and character and their toughness. And that's what I really like, because if you watch any of these slasher films like Nightmare on Elm Street or Scream, they have the final girl who does, in my opinion anyway, if you've seen those films, handle themselves very well. But it does take this final girl trope where they have to be the ones to really handle everything in the end to survive where everyone else doesn't. And what really works well with this one is that it's more, in my opinion, of what Grady Hendrix was trying to do, is really make these women more empowered to overcome their challenges as well as the trauma they face as a result of being this final girl, having survived a very violent encounter however many years ago. I like how it also blended mystery with dark humor, and I am someone that does like dark humor if it's written correctly, and this one really does well at making it more of that fun type within the violence and the horror, so it really works well to really blend that together. So it feels like it's more of a fun-filled ride despite the creepy edge and the horror and the feelings that you get in reading the descriptions that are done very well. The only thing I didn't really like too much was the lack of character development because it's more of a standalone novel. I think when it gets to the conclusion, it makes sense where it's more about overcoming the trauma for these young ladies who were the final girls and finding their path past that trauma in order to get to where they have to go from there on. But it does leave off with a sense of that there's more to come, which is kind of why I want more of a sequel to it because I did kind of get invested in these characters, wanted to see them expand more. But according to Hendrix, they're trying to make it more of a standalone novel. And I don't think they should. I think they should expand it more, but I haven't read any more of his other bibliographies, so I'm not sure if they're going to change their mind or make an expansion. But I did enjoy the fact that it was more of a standalone novel in itself. I did like the character of Lynette, and I thought this was just a really good novel to read if you're into horror novels, of course, but you want that blend of dark humor and mystery into it. But I also think it's good if you want to see something more of the final girl trope expanded in a way that makes a little bit more sense, at least to me, where it creates a sense of strong female characters and people again overcoming their trauma. I do recommend both of these books. I realize they're a little bit more of a blend of not really coming together too much in terms of their plots, but I really like the idea of both of these books because I think they're interesting. I think the Nothing But Blackened Teeth works well for Japanese folklore if you're into the Japanese folklore and like to get that sense. And I like the Final Girl support group because if you like strong female characters who have to overcome challenges in difficult situations and want to see more expanded of the final girl trope, I think this one works well. So these are just two novels to fit in with your spooky Halloween month, and I really both recommend them. I think you'll really enjoy them. So that's it I have for today with this double book review. Please tell me what you think of these books if you've read them. Did you like them? Do you think more should be expanded? Are there certain themes in there that you felt could have been more elevated than they were? Have you not read them but are interested in reading them? Are there other ones similar to this that you think could be well fit in? Please let me know in the comments. I welcome all discussion. So that's it for today, and I thank you so much for watching. I'll be back next week with another great Sunday read, and Wednesday with a normal non-Sunday read video. Thank you so much again for watching. Please be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!